Welcome to KZCF Live. I'm Jordan Duckins, and this week we have Tom Vance in the interview chair to talk to us about sponsorships.
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Great. So the Kalamazoo Community Foundation, we sponsor different events within the community, and so we did a lot in 2018. So what's coming up for sponsored events in 2019?
Well, the sponsorships are a great way for us to engage with community partners, and we have a lot of sponsorships coming up in this month and February. We've got Out Front Kalamazoo. They have their winter gala at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts on January 19th. We have the Northside Ministerial Alliance with its 33rd annual Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration Day. And that's going to be at Mount Zion Baptist Church, and that's on January 20th. And then on January 25th, we've got Hope Through Navigation, and HOPE stands for Helping Other People Exceed. The Hope Through Navigation organization has the second annual Trailblazers of Hope event on January 25th. And that's going to be at the Northside Association for Community Development on Park Street. The Chinese New Year starts January 28th, and the Kalamazoo Chinese Academy is doing a project called Downtown Kalamazoo Decorations. And that's going to run from January 28th to February 20th, and we're sponsoring that. Now into February, as part of Black History Month, the 7th annual Kalamazoo Legacy Luncheon is going to be held at the KIA, the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, on February 4th, and it's going to feature Chief Vera Bumpers. She's the president of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, and she's also the Houston Metro Transit Police Chief, and she'll be talking. And that organization also does a lot of great things with scholarships. Oh. So the money that the luncheon raises goes towards scholarships.
Awesome.
And then on February 9th, the American Heart Association has its big annual event at the Radisson, Go Red for Women. And I know that they fill up the ballroom at the Radisson for that, and that's February 9th. And then finally, on February 15th, the Hospitality House is doing its Toast in South Town. And that's a celebration to open their new Burdick Street house. So all these events are things that we're sponsoring in January and February.
Wow, it's a lot of really cool events coming up. And so if an organization is interested in getting a sponsorship, what type of organizations or events do we sponsor?
Well, we consider sponsorship requests from any nonprofit in Kalamazoo County. Okay. And the sponsorships are for events versus programming or initiatives and that kind of thing. Okay. You know, those kind of things would be a grant request. Mm-hmm. But for one-time annual events that nonprofits have, then we sponsor a lot of those. We do between 50 sponsorships and 60, between 50 and 60 sponsorships a year, ranging anywhere from $200 to over $1,000. And so it's just enough money to help organizations put on an event. Mm-hmm. That's what it's meant to do.
Okay, and so if an organization is interested in requesting a sponsorship, how do they go about doing that?
Well, we've got a real simple request form on our website. Okay. When you go to calfound.org, on the menu bar at the top where it says About Kalamazoo Community Foundation, you scroll down that menu bar to request a sponsorship. And it's a real simple form. It takes 2 minutes to fill out, and then we get that and we evaluate it based on, of course, we can't support everything that's going on. There's never enough money to do that. Right. But we look at the people who will be impacted by the event and how the event aligns with our priorities of equity and education. Mm-hmm. And we support what we can.
Okay. And you like to get those applications in about 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months before the event, because our sponsorship committee meets once a month, so we need a little lead time.
Great. Okay, that's great. It seems pretty simple.
It
So
is.
we can share that link to the sponsorship request in the comment box. And yeah, there's so much coming up, and we look forward to those events.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us all about that.
And one more event that's coming up is the National Day of Racial
This
Healing.
is a big one.
Yeah, and people may have seen the flyers around the county, and it's actually part of the Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation work that the Community Foundation is one of many partners. Dozens of partners in the community are working on this, and the National Day of Racial Healing is January 22nd, and it's the theme is celebrating how we heal, because we know that healing is an important part of the whole work that this is doing, and that's going to be at the Girl Scouts building in Kalamazoo. So and we call it TRHT, but it's Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation, and that'll actually be the feature next week on this show.
Yeah, so we'll have some of the leadership team from TRHT to talk about the National Day of Racial Healing and
Right.
share more about the event. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and in the future we can share with people events that we'll be doing, that we'll be sponsoring in March and April and into the spring.
Yeah, so keep an eye on our Facebook page because we will be sharing those events. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, Jordan, thanks.
All right. See you next week on KZCF Live.